More than ever, true freshmen step foot on campus, developed and ready to play. Legends like Herschel Walker, Maurice Claret, Jalen Hurts, Adrian Peterson, Marshall Falk, Luke Kuechly, and Charles Woodson are just a few to make a tremendous impact during their first year. But one of the best ever true freshmen in college football history is Trevor Lawrence, a much ballyhooed quarterback prospect out of Georgia. The gangly freshman bolted north to play for Clemson and Dabo Swinney. The moment he arrived on campus, he became the best player on a team full of greatness. In his first season, he threw for 3,280 yards, 30 touchdowns, and led the Tigers to a 15-0 record and their second national title in 3 years. With spring practice beginning on many campuses around the country, let's discuss some of the freshmen who can have an impact day one. AB, who you got?
All right. I got Caleb Downs, right? Safety out of Georgia, going to Alabama, right? So if you look at what Bama is going to lose to the NFL, right? Eli Ricks, Jordan Battle, Brian Branch, and DeMarco Helms, right? All NFL bound, right? So that leaves the door wide open for, safeties and corners to step up. So Caleb Downs was the number one safety in the country. He was the number 6 player overall in the country. This guy, he's a thumper, right? Comes downhill. He plays bigger than his frame, right? So they got him listed at 6 foot, but they say he's probably like 5'10 and a half, 5'11. They have him listed at 6 foot, 195 pounds, right? He's a playmaker on both sides of the ball, right? So his defensive stat line from his senior season, he had 83 tackles and 5 interceptions, and 2 of those were pick sixes. So I think he's going to play right away. He was the Georgia's Gatorade Football Player of the Year, and he was Max Prep's National Player of the Year. So I think, man, with watching his highlights, he's an athlete, man. He's an athlete. He's thrown a touchdown pass. He's had a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown. It's crazy. It's crazy. He ran the ball, I want to say maybe 600 something yards, 20 touchdowns. He's a do-it-all, right? And at Bama, he might be able to play both ways. Who knows, man? If he is that good, right, what he's producing, I'm pretty sure that Nick Saban might throw him in and run the ball a couple times. You never know.
And that's one of the things that got me, I was reading, is as a junior, he scored 6 different ways, and you alluded to him already, right? He was the Maxwell Football Club Player of the Year and also All-American Bowl National Player of the Year, right? And his comp is Minkah Fitzpatrick, right? At one time, he was the highest paid safety in the NFL, right? Minkah Fitzpatrick was also a true freshman that came in and made an immediate impact, right, when he got to Bama. So, the sky's the limit for this guy. I'm curious to see,
if there's anybody in this entire class that could make an impact day one, it's Caleb Downs, according to On3. And he's going there to be a safety. And on defense, man, 83 tackles, 5 interceptions, returned 2 for a touchdown. He's going to be a problem for opposing quarterbacks. And he's a good athlete. And under the coaching that he's going to get at Bama, man, he's going to be. Just imagine a couple years, his draft stock, how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? This dude has nothing but upside to go. So this is good.
His dad played in the NFL. His dad was a running back, Gary Downs. His brother just went to the NFL as Josh Downs. He was a wide receiver at North Carolina.
North Carolina,
his
that's
uncle
right.
is Dre Bly. And his uncle is Dre Bly, like one of the best cornerbacks, right? To play in the NFL, man. So he got the lineage, man.
I got Nyckoles Harbor, who signed with South Carolina. He was the number 15 nationally ranked player. He's an athlete. He's the number 1 athlete. He's 6'5", 225, coming out of Archbishop Carroll in D.C. Right, the dude, statistically or physically, he's a freak. 100 meters in 10.28. So he's physically gifted. He's the like I said, number one athlete coming out of this recruiting class, and he's going to South Carolina, which I think gives him the opportunity to start right away. Right? He's not going to a team that has a lot of depth on certain positions, but he's versatile. You need an edge rusher, put some weight on him, he's in there. You need a tight end. So it's going to be interesting to see how South Carolina develops and uses him, but this guy is an athlete. On matchups, one-on-one matchups, he's going to be an issue. I mean, at 6'5" and 225, you imagine a tight end coming down with that physical ability. So yeah, I think he's going to be able to come in and make a difference right away.
Yeah, so I know you was talking about how coaches were gushing over him. This guy, they were talking about his body control, man. Watching videos of him coming off the edge and the way he uses his body and how developed his body is for his age already. It's crazy.
This is on 24/7 Sports. Excellent body control and possesses strength throughout frame. So he's not just 225 pounds and can't control it. He knows exactly how to play with his strength.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the person I have is Cormani McClain, the number one cornerback in the class. Right. He was the number 13 prospect overall. And, he was a little bit of drama behind him. He was originally verbally committed to Miami. And then when it was time to sign a letter of intent, decided to wait some and end up going to Colorado with Dion. But, I mean, the guy's tall. He's 6'2", 160. But they say he has a 6'4" wingspan. And one of the things that interested me is, when he first went to high school, he didn't want to play cornerback. He wanted to play wide receiver. And then there was some injuries happening in the secondary. They put him on the defensive side of the ball. And then during his sophomore year, he had an interception in every game. Like I said, so during his sophomore season, he had 9 interceptions and he had 6 in his junior season. So for him to go to Colorado with Dion starting out his program, I mean, who best to learn from than the greatest cornerback ever in the NFL history, right? Probably some would say one of the greatest cornerbacks in college football history, right? So I'm going to expect big things from him on that side. And he's starting fresh. Once Coach Prime got to Colorado, he let a lot of his players go, right? So he has the opportunity to go in there and start day one.
I agree. I think he will start day one. No disrespect to Miami, but I feel like he made the right choice as well.
I don't blame the kid, right? If I was a cornerback and I was offered the opportunity to play for Deion Sanders, I mean, I don't disagree with his decision. Sour that he flipped from Miami to Colorado, but for him, that's the decision he could have done for his career moving forward. I mean, at Miami, yeah, you would have gotten, I think, even though Miami has not been in the perennial top 10 in the last couple of years, but they have produced NFL talent in that time, right? You go to Miami, you have a really good shot of playing in the league. But now, you got a good shot of learning from the best who ever did it in the league and learning under him. So I don't, good on him. I think it's a good fit. And yeah, the Pac-12 better watch out for him, Travis Hunter on the other side, and just Colorado in the next couple of years. This is going to be amazing defensive football that we're going to see out of Colorado. Yeah.
I agree. It's going to be tough to throw on them, boy. I feel sorry for opposing quarterbacks.
Well, that's it for this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.